Hey there, I'm Lunsford, and you're watching a review of Harry Robson's The Metal. What is up, beautiful people? My name is Lunsford, and welcome back to another magic trick review here on the channel. If you're new here, then definitely consider subscribing and take a look around the channel at my past reviews. Now today we're going to be looking at The Metal by Harry Robson and Marvelous Effects, which is Matthew Wright's company. Now this is a really neat effect that I think you are going to be using if you decide that you want it and it works for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video right now. One more thing before this review gets started, I do want to mention that if you go to Mystique Factory's website and you use the code Tyler10 at checkout, you can save 10% off your entire order, your first order with Mystique Factory. Just go ahead and save 10% off of it. So yeah, definitely use the code. I don't make money off of the code. It's just something that helps you guys save money. So yeah, use it if you would like to. And let's go ahead and get into an in-depth review right now. Let's start out like we always do and talk about what actually is the metal. Well, this is a really neat mentalism effect from Matthew Wright and Harry Robson. Now, what you're going to be doing here is you wear a necklace, or well, you wear a medal that actually says Mind Reader of the Year on it. You point this out to your spectators and then you have them select a card. Now, throughout the routine, you're constantly and consistently pointing to this medal, reminding them that you are the Mind Reader of the Year. Now, they end up picking a card. They can choose, you can just spread the cards and they can look at one and memorize it. You can dribble the cards and have them tell you when to stop, or you can just have them touch a card on the back, take it out and look at it. Once a card is selected, you then proceed to try to guess what card they are thinking of because you are the Mind Reader of the Year. Now you constantly remind them of the medal you're wearing after every question you ask, like, hey, is it a red card? And they say yes, and you're like, I knew that, Mind Reader of the Year. And then by the end of it, you get to their card and you're like, what is your card? And let's say they say 8 of diamonds. Then you say, I knew that. And they are probably gonna ask you how you knew that. And then you flip over the medal that you've been wearing this whole time, that's in plain sight, around your neck, and on the back of it, engraved, truly engraved, is the 8 of diamonds, their card, or whatever card they chose. This is a really neat effect, and I think you're gonna get a lot of mileage out of it if you do decide to purchase it, but definitely stick around and hear more about it and decide if it is for you. What will you be receiving if you decide to purchase the medal? You'll be getting this box right here, and inside of it is the deck of cards that you need to perform this effect. You also get your gimmicks and this medal, and honestly, this is in like the top 3 products of the year, in my opinion, as far as quality goes. This is a well-made prop that I think is going to last you forever as long as you take care of it. I mean, this thing is really durable. It's shiny, it looks beautiful, and honestly, I think you're going to get like a lot of use out of this because this is going to last you for a while. It's made very well. Now, you also get a almost 40-minute tutorial video online that you can stream or download. It's Harry and Matthew, and they walk you through how to actually perform the medal and things you need to know about it in order to perform it, a little bit of the history, and yeah, they also go into a little bit of crediting as far as the card selection goes. But yes, you're really going to be learning this trick in about 40 minutes, and let's just talk about difficulty real quick. As far as difficulty goes, this is pretty easy with a little bit of practice. So I'm not going to say it's intermediate, but I'm not going to say it's easy. It's somewhere in between. Closer to intermediate maybe, just because you do have to have a little bit of misdirection in order to get this accomplished. But yeah, it's pretty easy to perform. I'd say maybe like 45 minutes worth of practice and you could probably have this down. Here's what the medal actually looks like on the back with a card engraved on the back of it. This one says 8 of diamonds, but yeah, it really does look good. It's a great prop, and I think you're really gonna enjoy the quality of this prop. Is there any DIY involved in this effect? No, you don't have to do anything as far as arts and crafts goes. Everything is ready to go out of the box. You get the deck of cards, you get the medal, you are ready to go out of the box. As long as you watch the tutorial, then you can go off and perform this right away with just a little bit of practice. How does the setup and reset look for this effect? Now, setup, it's not going to take you that long. You really just have to make sure you are reset from the last performance. Like I said, it's pretty much ready out of the box, and then the reset per performance, I would say, is like 5 to 10 seconds. It's not going to take you long at all to reset this effect, but make sure you do reset the effect out of view of the spectators. So don't like just reset in front of them, obviously. But yeah, you have to do it out of the view of the spectators, but you could easily just turn your back and walk into a corner somewhere in the room or somewhere outside for strolling. So yeah, it's not that hard to reset, and it's really quick. Is this examinable? To a certain extent, the medal is, but the deck of cards is not. I would not let them handle the deck of cards. The medal itself, yes, in some cases, just be confident and don't let them burn the medal for too long. If you notice they're starting to inspect it too closely, then probably get the medal back. But they can look at it for a minute, or not a minute, because that's just a while, but like they can look at it for a few seconds. It's not gonna hurt it as long as you're confident in that. And once you learn how it's done, if you think that them just looking at it and seeing that it's engraved is enough, then they might not even want to to examine it because they can tell it's engraved with their eyes. So yeah, it's up to you whether or not you want to have them examine the metal. How are the angles when it comes to performing the metal? The angles are actually really good. You can perform this pretty much surrounded, so I wouldn't really worry about your angles when performing this. Are there any negatives to performing the metal? Well, maybe the fact that you are limited to a certain amount of outcomes that it can be. I'm not going to say what number it is. It's just between 5 and 7, so if you want to figure that out, you can, but you are limited to the number of outcomes you have. Another thing is it does require a little bit of an activity that a father and son would usually do, and they go catch some salmon. So obviously, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But it's not like those are terrible negatives. It's just something that I want to throw out there and make sure that you are okay with performing this, knowing that information. Are there any positives to performing the metal? Yes, I kind of love like open predictions, but the audience doesn't know it's an open prediction. So when you're wearing this metal, it doesn't go out of sight of the audience the entire time that you're performing. Like once it is around your neck and you start the effect, it never leaves your neck, it never leaves their sight. And I think that's something that's really powerful that they are gonna remember, and they're gonna always think about, that metal was in my view the entire time. He had that on when he walked up to me, and he never took it off, never touched it. He just flipped it around, and my card was engraved on the back. And that's another positive. It is actually engraved. I know that a lot of tricks that say they're engraved are actually just kind of like scratched, or maybe they're written with like a silver Sharpie so it looks engraved. But no, like this is a well-made quality prop, which is another positive. The prop is great. The metal is good quality, and the actual engraving looks awesome. You can tell that it really is engraved into the metal. What does this retail at? So this currently retails at $60 US, and honestly, I think that's a great price to pay for this. You are getting a well-built, well-made quality prop that's going to last you for a while, and $60 is a perfect price to pay for this good quality metal and a good effect as well. What would I give this out of 10? I'm going to give this a 9.7 out of 10. The only reason that I took off 0.3 points is because you do have to do a little bit of the activity I talked about with the father-son earlier, and also you do have to just be careful of your audience inspecting the metal. It is inspectable to a certain amount, a certain degree, but like I said, it's not 100% clean and the deck's not examinable. But other than that, I think this is a very clean effect, and I think it's something that your audience is going to enjoy. Should you pick this up? If you like what you saw in the trailer, then you should definitely pick this up because it's a pretty straightforward effect. They're not really hiding anything from you. If you like what you saw, that is what you're going to be getting. You're going to be getting a well-made, it's a quality prop, and it's something that you're going to perform if you see in the demo. If you like the demo, then you're going to like this effect. That about does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I was able to help you make a more informed decision about whether or not you would like to purchase the metal. If you would like to, the link will be down below in the description. And hey, also in the description is a link to my Instagram page. There you can follow me on Instagram at Lunsford Magic. There I'm going to be doing like a giveaway. Well, I'm going to be doing the giveaway on YouTube, but only if I hit 300 followers on Instagram by the end of the year and 1,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. So if I can reach those goals by the end of 2019, which I think we're on track to do, then I will be doing a giveaway here on the YouTube channel. So definitely give me a follow and subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. Remember to use code Tyler10 at checkout when you place your first order with Mystique Factory to save 10% off your entire order. So yes, thank you so much for watching this video. I'd like to thank Mystique Factory for sending me this product so I can do the review for you beautiful people, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. See ya.